Colonel Potter, sir. My last wish is to be buried in my mother's wedding gown.
I've seen these Dodgers for 40 years. All the tricks. Dismissed.
Ever notice how your favorite character just disappears from a show? No warning, no goodbye? One week, they're like family, in your living room, in your heart. The next, gone like a ghost. No final hug, no send-off. Just silence.
She said I had an unhappy love affair. So I said, was it one of my doctors? She said, no, it was your priest.
That's exactly what happened on MASH. And if you thought it was just part of the script, nah. Behind every exit, a real story, raw, messy, and human. These weren't just characters walking off set. They were actors at a crossroads, and their choices changed everything. Let's start with Henry Blake. McLean Stevenson lit up the screen as the lovable, slightly overwhelmed commanding officer. He wasn't the toughest guy in the room, but he had heart. People loved him for that. But McLean? He felt boxed in. Week after week, same setup, same jokes. He wanted more than punchlines. He wanted to lead, be the face of Hollywood. So he took the leap, left MASH at its absolute peak, thinking he could ride that wave into something bigger. But what followed? A string of forgettable shows. Talk shows, sitcoms, pilots that never even aired. Hollywood didn't open the doors he thought it would. He went from center stage to backstage, fast. He gave up a classic, chasing a dream that never caught fire. And fans still say, man, he should have stayed. Now picture this. Trapper John, Wayne Rogers. Quick wit, cool confidence, the kind of guy who could steal a scene with just a glance. On screen, he was golden. But off screen, he felt like the second fiddle. Every script leaned more and more toward Hawkeye. Rogers wanted balance, a fair shot at telling his character's story. So he asked for creative input, for his voice to matter. The producers said no, so he said nothing, and just didn't come back. Didn't quit, didn't negotiate, just ghosted. Cold move, but powerful. He told the press, I didn't quit MASH, I just didn't show up. Hollywood blinked, and the fans shook. One of the show's cornerstones gone overnight. Next up, Frank Burns. Whiny, jealous, insecure. A man you love to hate, and Larry Linville played him to perfection. But after 5 seasons of the same shtick, Linville saw the ceiling. His character wasn't growing. No depth, no direction. Just more tantrums and meltdowns. As a classically trained actor, Linville wanted challenge, respect. So he walked away, not for fame, not for attention, just for himself. He traded a steady paycheck for peace of mind and self-respect. No fanfare, no scandal. Just a quiet, classy exit. And that takes more courage than people think. And then there's Radar, Gary Berghoff, the heartbeat of the unit, gentle, honest, the soul of MASH star. But behind the scenes, his life was unraveling. The long days, the constant filming, the pressure to always deliver. It started to eat at him. But more than that, he was missing his family. The birthdays, the dinners, the everyday things that make life full. He had a choice, keep chasing the spotlight or go home and be present. He chose home, chose love, chose peace. And when Radar left, it wasn't just a goodbye, it was an emotional gut punch. Fans didn't just lose a character, they lost a friend. Crazy, right? A show that gave us jokes, pranks, and laughs, hiding so much pain behind the scenes. These exits weren't just written into a script. They were real people making real sacrifices. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't. But every one of them made a choice that echoed for decades, and that's the beauty and heartbreak of MASH. It wasn't just about war, or humor, or medicine. It was about the human condition, the push for purpose, the pain of ambition, the cost of greatness. So if this hit you a little differently, if you felt something while hearing these stories, that's not an accident. That's because behind every classic show, there's a side you've never seen. And here, that's what we bring you. If you're into the untold stories, the real reasons actors walked away, the quiet heartbreaks behind the curtain, then hit that subscribe button. Not just to support the channel, but to join a community that gets it. that sees beyond the screen, that honors the art and the people behind it. Because MASH* wasn't just a TV show, it was a reflection of the choices we make, the risks we take, and the price of walking away. Stick around, because we're just getting started. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's next.